Go to the US pre-market movers and levels.
Okay, well, the two stocks that have caught my eye today, first of all, Autodesk, that's ADSK in the US, trading around $47.48 pre-market, up around 5%. This is a specialist software and technology group. They provide computer software for professional groups like architects and engineers. They reported numbers yesterday after the bell, mixed results, I think it will be fair to say, and they guided lower for Q3. Citing the switch from a license-based model to a subscription model. And I think perhaps some people are taking the opportunity to not renew their subscriptions or take up subscriptions of their products. So they think that's growing pains rather than anything else. Nonetheless, the market has reacted. Sorry, that should say down 5.04%, not plus 5.04%. My apologies. Right. And then United Continental Holdings (UAL), they are up on the day, $56.66, trading up around 6.18%, and the stock has jumped on news of its inclusion or impending inclusion into the S&P 500 index. You don't see constituency changes too often in that index, so if you do get voted in, it is a big deal, and I'm sure we'll see more about that going forward.
Celebration there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in terms of the cash levels to watch in European and US equity indices, 61.15, 62.20 is the range in FTSE, still reasonably wide and not much deviation from yesterday, just raising the support level slightly to accommodate the gains we saw then. We're still obviously well below the prior week's highs. In the DAX, 10,185 plays 10,340. Again, I apologise for the wide range, but the volatility and the sharp moves downward recently don't give us much to play off. In the S&P, obviously, US markets were better again on those GDP numbers, so we've got 1942 now. We'd need to break to have a chance of making further losses in the S&P, but equally we'd need to move and stay above 1990 to accrue further gains. In the Dow, 16,460 is the downside level. I think that's relevant in near term. To the upside, 16,730, not so far above yesterday's close, but still a bit to do there if we want to accrue gains again. As I say, the Dow in particular well below last week's closing levels. On the currency front, the dollar appears to have continued to assert itself, at least as far as the euro is concerned. So 112.10 on the downside now is the level we're watching. Plays a 113.03 to the upside. Remember, we were trading well above 115, looking perhaps like to test at 116 and not so long ago. Aussie US dollar 71.20 on the downside, not much deviation from yesterday. Slightly tighter range here today though, with 71.80 now as our upside level. In dollar yen, we're back above the 120 handle, so 120.65 is our downside level, plays 121.20 on the upside. And cable, scratching our head in the office about cable.
Sickly at the moment, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I can only think that the interest rate premiums evaporated completely for now, and then maybe people have just closed positions ahead of a long weekend here in the UK. But 153.20 now on the downside, plays 154.00 on the upside. And again, earlier in the week we talked about and saw briefly the move above 158. So it's been quite a volatile week in cable one way or another.